Justice Barrett?
I want to ask you about universal vacatur. I just want to ask you one thing about the statutory language on waive or modify that I wonder whether it's an indication of the scope of waive or modify. So the Secretary has authority to waive or modify to ensure that affected individuals are not placed in a worse position financially in relation to that financial assistance, so in relation to their debt. So you agree, right, that we're not talking about a worse financial position generally. We're just talking about in relationship to the debt.
That's correct. That too often collapse, obviously, because if you are distressed financially, it might mean that you're having trouble paying your mortgage or paying your rent, buying your groceries, and paying your debt. But yes, the function of the HEROES Act focuses on your position with respect to your ability to repay your student loans.
So it seems to me that that language in relation to that financial assistance suggests that the relationship would continue. But the waiver or modification here severed the relationship to the debt so that it no longer exists. So why would that be consistent? I mean, doesn't the statutory language in relation to that financial assistance presuppose an ongoing relationship that might be modified, but not completely ended?
No, I think that that would be reading in limitations that can't be gleaned from the text. What we understand the statute to be focusing on, and specifically looking at the subparagraph here that justified this act, making sure that student loan borrowers are not worse off with respect to their loans, that functions as a matter of their probability of being able to actually make their payments. And this actually relates to some of the questions that Justice Gorsuch was asking about better off, worse off. You know, imagine a student loan borrower, for example, who before the pandemic had her affairs entirely in order. She had a 0% chance of defaulting on that debt. But then COVID hit, her life has been disrupted, her job was disrupted, inflation is at record levels, she's having trouble making ends meet, and now she has a much higher likelihood of not being able to pay her student loans. In that situation, HEROES Act relief, if it were to operate even to completely eliminate her debt so she doesn't have an ongoing relationship with it, it would just restore her to her pre-pandemic relation insofar as her risk of default and delinquency. She was 0% before, and now she'll be 0% after. And so it doesn't inherently make her better off within the meaning of the statute.
Thank you.